So there have been certain allegations against me that I want to clear up. A couple of people in this draft league are saying that I am always playing stall, and only playing stall, stall master, and cringe, that sort of shit. So here I'm proving with my battle replays and a battle review, because this is a battle review, that I am in fact not a stall player and that I never stall. This is the first battle, where we have 4 battles through, and we're gonna see me absolutely get smashed this battle. Um, Obviously because Sparksy the fool here, I think he's called Mini Tefis or something, but he had mad hacks, of course, because of course he did. Always how people work. We have some basic U-turn pivoting here. That hurricane there was really unfortunate. We would have done some good damage. I'm pretty sure this thing was bulky molters though, because stall. Um, Knockoff. I think this burns. Burn? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't burn. But this one does. Honestly, not a great U-turn in my opinion. I mean, obviously he did win 6-0, but I don't know. Risking the burn there. Ingles Iron Thread, and this thing is an issue because it's faster than me, obviously, because this is fast, and I don't have a single switch in if this is Rock Slide EQ, which, as we will see, I mean, I do recognize it, which is great, but yeah, he does end up being Rock Slide. I teleport out into Stoys. Stoys gonna try to spin, of course. I'm like, oh yeah, that's fine, We do get the spin off. Apparently, according to the dude, this thing was like anti-Blastoise. It was Shell Smash, but I think I was AV, so ECMs. I force it out, but in comes, and this is the issue here, the perfect Tapu switch in, and Tapu gives it a switching opportunity. It gives it a Quark Drive boost as well, and P2 just isn't good into, like, I assumed this was speedy and then bulky, but it's actually speedy and then physically offensive, and it just knocks me off. I have S-Ball, I don't have Flamethrower on this thing. I should have had Flamethrower, but yeah, what can you do? Hits me stupidly hard. Because this was a mono attack, I'm pretty sure it was mono Shadow Ball. And we can't do shit against that. So, Stoice takes way too much and gets sacked here. Could have done some pivoting with Moltres, to be honest. Misplay by me. And it's another issue. This thing is Scarf here. And doesn't do that much damage to Feeny. And because it's Scarf, I can't really do much there. So we're going to Queen, who actually forces this thing out really, really sweetly, I think. Yeah. But yeah, in comes fucking this thing again. I don't think Queen gets the coverage to actually be able to like hit Tapu Fini like that, while also hitting threats. Yeah, Iron Threats is just steamrolling me. Good U-turn, to be fair. I mean, yeah, that was a solid U-turn. But in comes threats again. I think I do Dazzle here. Yeah, I do Dazzle. I'm Life Orb though, so I'm on the timer. I'm not sure if I had Roost or not. In comes this thing. It just fucking dies in one hit. Um, I think that was actually pretty dangerous rock slide. I mean, I would just given me opportunity to stay in. I had essentially lost here though, but like, I know what the slide is for, because if I do switch it to Moltres, you just, well, I guess you get the free Nido pivot, but then again, Nido Queen fucking dies to a fucking Q probably. But I think it was bulky. I'm not sure. But I think I had lost already here. This was over. I was going for Iron Head Finish here. Like, incredibly over. Let's not talk about this game. I was playing very bulky Moltres, bulky P2. Pretty sure I was bulky Queen on the physical side, and then AV Stories, and then two attackers. This match though is quite gold. Went quite a bit better actually, and really shows the strength of this team. It's another issue I had. I should have just brought Chestnut. Chestnut walls um this thing so hard, and nothing like switching into a Chestnut press besides Feeny. Zapdos Galar can switch in, but like doesn't appreciate getting chipped every single time. With me also having a pretty good switching in Moltres, so hmm, I should have brought it over probably either Stoys or P2, honestly. And this Roaring Moonset was last. It should have been a different set. So I took the L. I needed to figure out how this team worked. 6-0. This guy is first in the standings right now, so whatever. It's not too bad. Let's go to Quiet Gold. Our matches always have hacks. I don't remember if this one did have hacks. I think it was pretty okay. I get and this is the strength of Nidoqueen, by the way. We didn't really see it last game, but Nidoqueen can just force those free switches. I do get a fucking Sludge Wave flunk here. But the thing is, I had to choose between Earth Powering into a Sundy, which outspeeds, or thudding into a B2, a Polio, which, yeah, that was the correct play. Baxcalibur comes in. I have Rachi though. Pretty sure this is Scarf Rachi, so this Baxcalibur is. Oh, I'm actually not sure if I agree with my choice there. Oh no, I do. I have to get a Scarf on it because this thing actually runs through my entire team when it has the option to click buttons, and now once I force it out, and it's locked into EQ, so we can just go Chestnut here. Yeah, no, that was a correct play. That's essentially a dead-ish Bax. I have Spikes. Yeah, no, Spike's pretty nice here. Gets Psychic though, but doesn't matter because Leech and then yeah, and that's the danger. He did actually prep for this. Um, I get why he didn't go Acrobatics because Acrobatics would have absolutely this thing has like 180 defense. It would have just studded into me. So yeah, very sensible decision there. Toxic's great. I think I beat a pre-press here. That does so much damage though. And now he's in a pickle because he, has U-turn and go into something and take a B-press. But sorry, not Gardevoir. Delphox isn't bulky enough. These two guys are weak, and then this thing, Sundy T, doesn't appreciate it either. So yeah, they just, 37%. No lefties either, because I go to Volt Absorb P2, which is fantastic, of course, because that means he can't full switch out here. So I get absolutely huge utility out of Trace here, which is really nice. Is why I went Trace. Was there another reason why I went Trace? Maybe for competitive and Polion actually. To Trace competitive if it defogs. I do get Toxic here, but I have Ice Beam. Yeah, P2 just takes skill there. Toxic hurts, but yeah. I'm pretty sure I actually stay in there. This is bulky. Oh, I don't. Never mind. I joke. Oh, this is actually a great switching though, because now Tapu comes in. Does get outsped, but whatever. He predicts, which is great. Good job. That was dangerous, because well, I don't think if that. I don't know if Dazzling Gleam killed there. Maybe that was actually straight up the best decision. But yeah, in comes Ogerpon, gets T-waved. Ogerpon's dead weight now. Like Ogerpon's dead. So I switch because I don't want the toxic damage. And I notice Ogerpon's dead, so having Tapu Koko in here is fantastic. Dazzling Gleam. And I'm pretty sure I here recognize that my because Ogerpon is no longer in play. Actually, it may have been before that, but whatever. I sack here and get the Roaring Moon in, and it's game from here on. The only Roaring Moon answer that he had was either sleeping with his own or Hurricane Ton DT here would have. I don't know what that loss was, but it could have something like T-Wave, which could absolutely ruin me after a boost. But basically, after a boost, there you go. I think everything straight up dies here. Like on Steam. So the game plan was basically get boost and destroy. He does have Mega, of course, but knockoff just so strong. Um, of course, this is about the stall allegations, and we can see here that we have um, an offensive Queen who had some speed investment, I think. Offensive Roaring Moon, offensive Coco, offensive Rachi, and then 2 defensive walls. Which, is not exactly stalling now, is it? But this was a very good showcase of that the team actually does have synergy with itself. Setting up for the Roaring Moon sweep or another Mon, which might be able to sweep in the future. We're using Roaring Moon a lot, but there's other options. There's like B press sweeping with Chestnut. You have maybe CM Rachi, which can do some stuff. Yeah, there's really cool stuff on this draft. So developers, yeah, the name of the game here is don't get fucking swept with Sneasler. That thing is scary. And Dragonfish is also scary because it has stupidly strong Fisher Friends, and we actually see Dragonfish do a lot of work this game. Queen again comes in and just launches moves. Worked well in the last game. It works not that greatly here. I don't know if the chip actually matters. We'll see. The aerial aces, which actually see that was technician boosted, super effective, and it just does nothing. A spiky shield for chip. Moltres comes in. Moltres tries to fish for burn here. Moltres actually collects flamethrower, which that does nothing. Maybe I should have actually wisped in hindsight. Because it's not like I have a free switch in here, do I? Did I? Yeah, no. Why did he switch there? Oh, for the spiky shield, maybe. And it's Torchstone boost? Fair enough. I toxic it. That really just eliminates it. Because now I can boost stall it. Shh, I didn't say stall. Yeah, in comes this threat again, and I make a massive miscalculation here. Because this Rachi is holding a scarf, it's faster than the Dragonfish, who also in the damage calculator has a scarf. Which means that Fisher's Rend shows up as being weaker than it actually is, and I would have lived. But instead, I think it's a 70% chance to kill here. Which it does. This is also a build issue. I should have spec'd enough physical defense on this Rachi to try and live a Fisher's Rend. In comes P2. P2 has T-Wave. I don't know if I click T-Wave here. I do. And that just fucking puts that Sneasler out of commission. I don't know what the idea was there. I feel like you have a perfectly good Meganium here. And a perfectly good Skeledirge. Well, Skeledirge toxic actually. But like, there's other options than risking your Sneasler here. Fake out 2. Ooh, nice. Rocks Queen, Rock Swap. Infuriating. And it does look like he's actually winning here. But in reality, this Skeledirge is mangled. This Hitmontop's almost dead. And quite slow. Sneasler's paralyzed. Basically 3 months out. And then Nido Queen fucking destroys this Corv. Which, for some reason, stating you should have, like, maybe thought of that. I'm not sure, but you also don't really have a switch in here. Like, yeah, I think you should have just click button there. Click, what's it called? Brave Bird. In comes this Fisher's Rend fish. I try and go for a lucky burn. Don't. In comes P2. And why am I not clicking DD yet? Wait, why am I not clicking DD yet? I could have just gone in, click DD, and won there. Oh, maybe I wouldn't have actually killed Dracofish. Maybe that's the issue. I'm not sure. But I go into P2. It has Psychic, which absolutely eliminates that Sneasler. Fucking fantastic. Great prediction, because the likely switch-ins here were either Hitmontop or Sneasler. This kills both. Meganium. Ice Beam with a download boost hurts a lot, so I understand. Hey, come stop. Top click cross combat, I think. Oh, Mark Punch. Even better. Down goes Hitmontop. Vicious kills me here, but with... Oh, I'm pretty sure I did it because I was scared of Hitmontop. And then Sneasler being able to fake out Mark Punch me with Roaring Moon. That's why I didn't try, but they're both down here, and Roaring Moon, because this thing is choice locked. Tanks it, not with ease actually, but does tank it and does click knockoff for the kill. And then, you know, rest is history. Dirge gets knocked, Meganium gets acrobatics. Another showcase of why this thing is stupidly good in the endgame. I don't know if I'll ever switch away from DD. It's been working really well. There's reason enough to do it though. Scarf not so much, but Band hits so hard. And it's good for pivoting too. It's fast, so maybe Band will come one day. Who knows? But yeah, I really like DD. That Dracofish was scary though. Like fantastic. Like good play on the Dracofish, honestly. I should say that about these other guys too. They had some fantastic plays. I was just whack here. This was a fantastic breed. Quite Gold's toxic Tundi was also fantastic. Like what a snipe on the chestnut. And stall. Well, the queen is the stall one here. Walters admittedly was a wall, and this was a wall too. This was, well, I think it was actually my special attack. I think I did have investment here for download. Not 100% certain on that, but yeah, 3 walls, 3 offensive Pokemon. Not exactly stall now, is it? This game is pretty controversial. I'd say it was very skillful of me. Baws might beg to differ on this part. Maybe it's a skill issue on his side, maybe it's just me getting insanely lucky. I guess you can judge for yourself. This is a play I don't love by Baws, I have to be honest. And the reason why is because you're risking your Arcanine getting killed here by default, because this queen, I don't know if there was a chance to lift this, but I'm 100% sure if I was actually physically invested, which I have brought before, where I had no speed and then, you know, a lot of fist def, that won't kill. Straight up, it doesn't kill. And then your Arcanine's dead, and I have a perfectly good Nidoqueen to threaten Clefable with, and Mudsteel with. So I don't like the play. It clearly worked out in his favor though, so mind games, like, at the end of the day, it turned out to be a fantastic play. Because down goes Nidoqueen and he's 1-up. Like, incredible. P2 comes in, and this is a play I have brought Para P2 every single game, and here it comes again. I'm not sure what you. I don't know if this was Guts Conk. If it is Guts Conk, you could have gone Conk here. Clef, it does prevent you from getting toxic, but I don't know. I would have gone Conk, I think. Especially because I haven't downloaded attack boosted. But yeah, no. T-Wave comes in and I just heal. In comes Conk now, who, as you can see, takes nothing from a T-Bolt, so yeah. I get knocked, but it doesn't matter. Toxicity comes in. I collect Leech, which is great. We go into Porygon 2, we'll get special attack boost. Gets a little bit of healing. So far, it's just kind of back and forth. Balls is clearly outplaying me here. Although he does have that and this power up turns out to be very important. Unfortunate Leech Miss, you would think, but of course, Magic Guard. It's like hitting Leech there's nice, I guess, because he can't Mega. He doesn't have that option anymore, but he wasn't gonna anyways, because I'm in with Tapu Koko here, who's gonna click T-Bolt. Which I double, he doubles, and I'm suddenly in what I think is a great position side of Synthesis. Turns out he has Toxic, and this shows why I should really bring a Heal Beller. Because this hurts a lot. Boss's game plan is going fantastically. I do get the leech here, of course, Magic Card. But it does mean that even though he's Calm Minding here, he can't Mega, so it's whatever. I'm not playing well here. I have to admit, I shouldn't have leeched there. But I'm in a good spot now. Why did he switch? I'm not entirely sure why he did switch. I'm pretty sure I was ice beaming there because I was fucking scared and wanted to ice beam freeze him. I think. Because I don't have a switch into this. This thing gets hit hard by Fire Blast. This thing has boosters, so you know, doesn't want to come in. This thing gets scared out. This thing takes a ton of damage. So I think I might have just been sacking to there, the idea, but yeah, I'm not sure. Arcanine comes in, and I don't. Oh right, close combat. But yeah, I get a free synthesis in. And here comes the issue. I get a free switch because I know he's gonna Calm Mind here, which he does. So I click Iron Head, and it finishes. That in itself isn't that unlucky. I'm pretty sure I would have lived a Fire Blast here, and this is slightly in my favor. He goes Mud Still gets the boosts, gets up rocks, annoying as fuck. Ooh, that B presses a lot. So that forces him to heal here, so I get the Jirachi again. Now here comes the bane. That Iron Head finish was unfortunate, but it's not the end of the road for Clefable. Clefable is forced to soft boil now. Whatever, it happens. The issue here is that I recognize that um, if I Iron Head here, I get the kill, of course. So I'm assuming he's going Mudstill here. And I want to catch the Mudstill, so I Ice Punch. He does get the heal. I want to catch Mudstill, but he goes Toxtricity. But that Ice Punch lands. It hits hard still. That is max attack, aren't you? I got 2 Ice Punches. No freeze. It's tough overdrive, but he decides to save his Toxtricity. With the Greninja switch. Which ends up getting frozen. Which is super important in this match, and it really dictates the flow of the game. This Gren is really threatening. It outspeeds everything basically. I'm pretty sure if it Megas, it outspeeds my Coco too. I'm not too sure on that one. What is Greninja's speed with Megas? What is your speed? Oh yeah, that would have outsped. So, on the other hand, Jirachi Ice Punch Freeze is 20% chance. I hit it 3 times. That's around a 50-50 for either Toxtricity or Greninja to get frozen. In combination with that Iron Head flinch, this is getting luckier than average, but being able to playing against Jirachi is unfortunate. Just playing around the odds, and I mean, Ice Punch is nasty. You can't go around that. Greninja getting frozen here is obviously worse than Toxtricity. I mean, there's no going around that. Because when Toxtricity came in, it was already on 40. So, you know, a 40% Toxtricity getting frozen isn't the end of the world. Because it also doesn't have its Punk Rock in its Throw Spray. Does it? Oh wait, no, it does actually. Yeah, But it gets outsped by pretty much everything, so I don't think this was that important. Because Coco would have come in if it... Okay. But yeah, no, Gren getting frozen here was the unlucky part. You'd rather have Toxtricity frozen, if anything. I go Coco, Coco clicks. I'm pretty sure Gleam here. Yep. That does a lot, by the way. Holy. The good damage. Balls angry in chat, I completely understand. P2 comes in on a sludge, I think. Yep. But yeah, P2 is a beast. It just doesn't die. In a terrain boosted overdrive, it lives. Oh, what a beautiful model. But yeah, I'm special attack boosted as well now, so this is actually quite scary because I can Ice Beam here. And yeah, no freeze. But get Toxic, that's annoying. As of right now, Buzz is kind of in trouble because his fast threats, those being Arcanine and Gren, are both down. And as it turns out, he doesn't have Mach Punch on that Conk. So, as it turns out, he told me in chat later. So, he Drain Punches here, which, oh, Jesus. And I'm pretty sure is AV, so I sack. Coco comes in, and here comes more hacks. I kill it with Gleam, because he didn't have Mac, and he doesn't know what to switch into. Could have gone Arcanine, but you're scared of Raw T-Bolt, so I get why. He goes Arcanine here, because obviously Mud still dies, Clef also dies, and this thing has E-Speed. And I hit I think it's 33% that the paralysis happens, so 1 in 3. Yeah. That's why paralysis in the early game mattered so much, because this thing has E-Speed and would have killed. On the other hand, though, this thing's banded. Roaring Moon would have come in. It lives in E-Speed, and I would have had I would have just been able to kill it in one hit with Booster. But I think because I didn't have Iron Head, that this Fable would have actually walled me. So it would have been interesting to see how the endgame went. I'm not sure if Balls or me would have won, but this did secure my victory instead of letting it be exciting till the last moment. He doubles. Yeah, good double. He wants Electric Train to run out. So, I get it. I barely live on 1% by the way. Wow. Grand doesn't unfall. Again, unlucky. That's a 20% chance. Same chance as Structure actual freeze, so. It's not unlucky, but you know, a little extra luck would have gone a long way. And yeah, Clef. It would have either been me getting 2 points here in differential, or 1 or 3. I mean, depending on if the Iron had flinched. Of course, it did flinch because you know I'm getting so lucky this game. Yeah, I said apologies in the chat, of course, because yeah, the hacks were pretty bad all around. It was definitely in my favor. Balls could have played around it, but if you play around every single piece of hacks, you're gonna lose because you're playing bad. So, like, that entire freeze cycle, you could have let Toxicity die. It was maybe a little bit greedy, risking the 20%. That's like almost a skull burn chance. He risked that chance, but like, Toxicity can actually do some work against P2 or this Pretty Alive Chestnut. So I get why he wanted to save it. but it didn't work out clearly. Um, Still overall, I'd say the general level of play was very high from Bowser. Like he did great, especially that opener. I mean, I said I didn't like it, but it clearly worked out, and yeah, just good risk taking. He could have analyzed if I played really bulky or fast, because I mean, honestly, he could have seen that Nidoqueen outspeed Stock's. I don't know if this his thought process went this far, but that Nidoqueen outspeed Stock's Registry by 1 point, and that I would have likely been max speed. And being max speed means I'm likely not gonna like invest in Vizdev. So yeah, all round he played well here and definitely did get robbed. Not robbed of a win, but robbed of a chance. But again, if we go around the stall point again, I actually didn't play stall here at all. You can argue that Chestnut is maybe a little stalling on, maybe, but those body presses hit so hard still. Offensive Nidoqueen, offensive Coco, offensive Roaring Moon, offensive Hachi. Um, I'm pretty sure this thing is actually defensive. Um, yeah, just fun series of games. I really like the team. This match was a little bit more disappointing though. Oh my god. I don't even want to look back on this one. I probably haven't convinced you that I'm not a stall player. You'll probably still keep seeing me as a stall player. But I hope that I can, instead of being a stall player, now be known as the stall. And if he doesn't play stall, he goes for Jirachi luck player. God, I love Jirachi. Such a good one. Just luck your way through victories and you can win the league. And probably, if I end up in finals, I'll probably just run Ironhead Jirachi. I don't know if King's Rock actually synergizes with that. I don't know if it's even legal. But if it was, I would definitely be using it. Oh my god. Such a fun team though. I really like the team. One thing I don't really like is how I've kind of used the same mons a lot. Like, we use the core set of Coco, Roaring Moon, Nidoqueen, P2. And I think I'll usually be using Chestnut. Usually want to use Rachi. Moltres can come in as well though, over in this case. Tapu Koko didn't come here. Um, in this game, this was the same team actually, same team structure, same sets even. Like Scarf Rachi, offensive Coco, defensive P2, offensive Queen. So it's a pretty predictable team layout, but I have the monsters switched up. I have a what's it called, a Cleavor still in the back that hasn't actually been brought yet. Stoys who can like smell shelf sweep maybe. So there's still some fun stuff, but those are definitely the backseaters, the Stoys and the Cleavor. Well, and the Mistrovus, which I also have, which, becoming more enticing to play here with that Toxic constantly nagging me. I didn't get Toxic here, but I did here, I think. Yeah, so all round, happy with my gameplay. I've been, aside from team week 1, which was just really bad build practice actually. Really bad building, but aside from that, fantastic play. Also from my opponents, like especially Baws. Wow, what a game! Really, really, really scary. Yeah, that was it. I'm no longer Soul God. I'm a Hacks God. Hell yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this. You probably didn't, but yeah. Honestly, this was just a practice for speech practice because I gotta do um, public speaking soon. And this should help with that. Well, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll fucking hopefully win the league and force Bombi out of retirement later.